Hi, welcome to ETH Insights exclusive interview series. And today we have with us Mr. Prateek Shukla. He's the CEO and co-founder of Masai. Prateek, thank you for taking your time and speaking to ETH Insights.
Thank you for having me, guys.
It's a pleasure to have a conversation with you. Let me begin by asking you, when we're talking about outcome-based learning, what is it exactly and how does it differ from traditional learning, and how has Masai incorporated it in its educational philosophy?
Okay, so when it comes to outcome-based education originally, like I'll go back to hundreds of years back. Okay, the concept of Guru Dakshina, okay, that used to exist,
Right.
and over there, Guru used to basically give the knowledge or transfer the knowledge to their pupils, and then they used to basically take it, and in return, Guru can ask anything, or sometimes they don't ask. You can give whatever you
Right, right.
feel like. The genesis of Indian education system was created with a philosophy that any student who is going to be part of that Indian education system should get the desired outcome that someone wishes for. But somehow during the trajectory or during the journey of last 40, 50 years, we
Right.
have made education business as more of a real estate business. And we have moved away from the fact where we have people coming out. I explicitly speak about higher education where people are coming out every year. In like we have 15 million graduates coming out every year, and then if you'll see the kind of people, they have like really credible scores. They have really good GPAs and
Right.
everything, but they don't have a job. They don't have skills. We are churning out people left, right, and center, and then they end up becoming delivery boys and drivers coming out from engineering colleges. So that means we are failing from an education perspective. And the fundamental reason of outcome-based education is that you first invest in students. Okay, make sure that they are successful. If they are successful, then only you should be successful. If they are not going to be basically successful, then you should not have any right to basically earn anything. So
Yeah.
the way it works in Masai is very simple. We don't ask any student to pay any upfront fees.
Right.
They go through the entire program. Once they get a job which pays them about 3.5 lakhs per annum, then only they pay us fees. If they don't get a job, they don't pay us a single penny. So it's
Right.
purely an outcome-based education where we as an education institute should be investing on students, make sure that they are successful. Then only every other player who are involved in this
Right.
entire
Right.
piece should get successful. That's what outcome-based education is, and I think this is what every education institute should be should be doing till now, but somehow they are not doing it. That's why Masai exists.
Right. Right. Very interesting. You just touched upon outcome-based education. Is there a set strategy or a method that the teachers or people who are training have to change as compared to conventional education, and that applies for the students as well, or how does it go about?
I think from an education perspective, there are a lot of things that needs to change
Right.
if you want to implement outcome-based education. The biggest challenge in our country is that people are not even aware of what is curriculum and pedagogy. Okay, people don't understand this thing. Like if you'll go to any college and you'll tell them that what is your pedagogy, they don't understand this. That's a very bizarre situation to be in when you're talking to education
Yeah.
folks. So the things that needs to change, I'll touch upon some of the things that needs to change if
Right.
you want to implement outcome-based education. The first is that you need to work harder than your students. There's no other way to make sure that they are successful.
Right.
You need to be on your toes. You need to do anything and everything to make sure that they are going to be successful. So you need to work really, really hard.
Right.
Second important thing is in our country, teaching as a profession is something which is not considered as like a fancy profession. Okay, people those who are like really, really smart, they never think about becoming a teacher.
Right.
Okay, teaching as a profession is something which has taken a backseat long back, and as a result, we don't have like the real quality folks who are coming in. Those who can teach.
Right.
Those who can teach. So in order to change that, you need to basically rethink how teaching as a profession needs to basically come out. So when it comes to Masai may, and if you'll ask any of the organizations, the highest paying teams are always tech teams. Okay, tech teams used to basically earn like really, really crazy money.
Right.
When it comes to Masai, our curriculum folks earn more than tech team members. Okay, they earn more. They have like really high privileges
Right.
We need to basically make teaching
Yes.
as a profession
Right.
very, very lucrative.
This
If
is
you
very
want-
critical. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's one very important thing. Then third important thing is that every student has a very different learning curve. So you might be learning at a different speed, I might be learning at a different speed.
Right.
Others are going to learn at a different speed. Challenge which I have with our education system is that, let's say if I am in 7th grade, I score 50% marks, you score 70% marks. We both move to 8th grade, correct?
Right.
But if you'll see over the period of time, if I keep scoring 50%, I am accumulating the delta. Like my foundational knowledge has a lot of, you can say, backlog,
Right.
which needs to be filled if I have to basically be successful
Right.
in my
Right.
career. That's why there is a very unique strategy or unique education model which was developed in Europe, and many schools in Europe do that. That is mastery-based progression. So that is something which we do in Masai. In easy ways, I'll explain you how it works in school education. Where let's say if you're in 7th grade, your math might be at a level of 8th grade student.
Right.
Your social science might be at a level of 4th grade student. Your English might be at a grade of 6th, like might be at a level of 6th grade student.
Right.
So you will be not doing classes in 7th grade, you will be doing individual classes in different grades as per your mastery of a subject. That is what people do in Masai. So
Right.
we deal in higher education. So here we have divided our curriculum in small units. If you basically move from one unit to another, you need to basically make sure that you are demonstrating the mastery over there.
Right.
If you're not demonstrating mastery, you don't go to the next unit. You
Right.
basically come back and work on your weak areas.
Right.
Till the time you're ready, till the time everyone is at 90%, then only they move to the next level.
Right.
That is fundamental and that is very expensive. But that has to be implemented. If you really want to deliver outcomes, you need to basically
Right.
ensure that this is something which needs to be done.
Right.
So teaching as a profession needs to be amazing. You need to work harder than your students.
Yes.
And third thing is that you need to basically apply all those principles of
Right.
where education can truly be a disruptor in
Right.
someone's learning curves.
Right, right. So this is amazing, actually looking at the disadvantages and, honing those skills. Basically, you are addressing all the problem areas of a student. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. So how do you look at outcome-based education in this evolving ecosystem of education? I mean, going forward, how do you see it? You've already told about, the changes you're bringing in terms of teaching, the merits or the merits of a student based on their capabilities, and teachers getting better remuneration. So
Yeah.
how do you see this evolving over the years?
I think if we will be successful, then this is going to be how education system needs to work.
Right.
We will be successful in implementing this at a mass scale, where our goal is we have so far graduated and placed over 4,500 students. They are working in 1,500 companies right
Right.
now, with an average CTC of roughly around 7 lakhs per annum. Now you imagine that when this number will go to 15,000, 20,000 or
Correct.
50,000, that's when you basically be bigger than all the universities, uh, bigger than all the universities in the world. So you will be world's largest education institute. And once you
Right.
basically do that and you have a model which is going to basically change lives. And I think like the reason why our model is going to be successful is because in India, we have a lot of untapped potential which needs to be unlocked. Like for example, in Masai,
Right.
80% of our students come from tier 3, tier 4 cities and villages of our country.
Mhm.
Now, for these folks, getting a high quality education was always a factor of if they have money or not.
Yes, it's a premium, as you said.
Yes. And when it comes to Masai, we create a level playing field.
Right.
So even if you are from a village, if you have a high motivation to learn and earn,
Right.
because you don't charge any fees, you can come and basically be a part of it.
Right.
And when you do that, now you imagine that till now we have been able to move close to 400 families out of poverty line. But once you basically do that, 50,000 graduates every year, and you are moving thousands of families above poverty line from
Right.
that, you are changing several things. Not just changing students' life, but their entire family life, their generational life. So it's a
Right.
generational impact that you can create. And once you create that, I think this is going to be a model of education which is going to be implemented everywhere. So
Right.
future should be about outcomes. Everyone should be talking about outcomes, not about the fancy teaching material that you get and the AI, VI tools that you're getting in,
Yeah.
or AC classrooms that you're getting in. That's not what education is about. Education
Right.
needs to be something where there has to be a tangible outcomes that needs to be defined, and everyone should question that.
Right. On that note, Prateek, thank you very much for those insightful information, and you're definitely making a change
Yeah.
in this education system. I wish you all the best for whatever you're doing. And I hope that this outcome-based system comes into our education system and makes a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.